Hi foodies, this is Jenny here from Jenny's Walk. And foodies, you see what we have here on this platter? Anyone could guess what Jenny's Walk is doing today. So today I am going to be making a lovely condiment for you. So you know in that beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago and that country of Guyana and all throughout the Caribbean islands where and other islands, Fiji Island, Nepal, that country out there in India, all over where we have East Indian descendants and all of our brothers and sisters from India, we love spices. We love to eat our food very spicy. Some could tolerate it, some cannot. So today I'm going to be making something that is known as mother-in-law. I think this was really created in the islands of Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, where it's a condiment that is served around Diwali time or wedding time, where you could even make it for your own little home. But it is really big at that certain occasions when you go to the prayers, if the weddings, and the baby showers and stuff, and where a lot of vegetarian dishes are served, you will find this condiment. So to make this condiment, you could be creative. So what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using Karaili or Karaila. I have bitter gourd. I have bitter melon. Two different types. This is the one that is mainly used. This one is quite a bit pungent, but I'll put both of them in there. We're going to dice that up really nicely, and everything has to be diced the same size. You eating your roti and chana and aloo, this have to be about the same size of everything. In here is my chili peppers. I'm going to slice this really nicely. I have garlic. I'm going to be using some carrots. I'm going to use the lime juice, fresh lime juice, red onions, some cilantro. If you have shadow benny, you could go ahead and use your shadow benny. I'm using cilantro. This, my dear foodies, is morai. Morai is the bottom part, like how you have the carrots, is the bottom part of that mustard greens. This doesn't have any taste. It's very nice in salads. It just will pull whatever taste that it is in. And here I have some celery stalk. I'm going to dice this really nicely. Also, we're going to be using our Himalayan pink salt. I'm going to be using some red wine vinegar. And you could also use apple cider vinegar. And here I'm going to give a nice dash of olive oil. What I'll be also adding, just to have it like in a little preserve, you could either use some peppercorn, which is allspice, or you could also use the black pepper. Just drop a few seeds in there. It will just give some nice little flavors, going in there. And if you wish to drop some dry chilies too, you don't want to make it overly spicy where you cannot really enjoy it. We're going to make it moderate where you can actually enjoy it, give a little tingle to the tongue or the palate that will encourage you to eat more of that lovely vegetarian dish. So let's get started to make this lovely mother-in-law here from Jenny's Walk. So here, my foodies, I give all my stuff a good little wash and I have them in here. So this is a Karaili. This is about how much I'll be using. So I'm going to give it a good little cut down. I'm using both of them. I want all of them at about the same size. See that? Oh, I took the white part out of it. Now we're going to slice this one a little bit. There you go. There you go. This one is really, really pungent, bitter. See? So that's about what we're going to be doing. Take these out. There you go. And you're going to give them a nice, neat chop. See that size there? That's about the size we're looking for. Take a look at that. So let me go ahead and finish up and slice or chop all of my ingredients the same way. Get them all nice and straight, just like so, and just run your knife through. There you go. With a nice airtight container we're going to have waiting there for us. And this is the other bitter one. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. Another one. Let me just finish up this one here for you. Try as much as possible for everybody to be about the same size. Marvelous. Look at that. Okay, foodies, so everything diced up really nicely. As you can see, the onions, the red onions, the morai, the carrots, cilantro, macho cilantro, those chilies really diced nicely. Now, if you wish to add things like apples, for my foodies who I know I'm all over the world, Jenny's Walk is all over, and I get some of your comments that you cannot find some of the recipes. So if you wish to have mango, you could use half-ripe mango. If you have plum cite, you could use that. You have apples, you could use apples. Just be creative. Anything that is of a salad base or fruit that is a bit tough, you could drop it in here. You could also use red peppers, bell peppers, green peppers, capsicum as we all know it as, even peaches, you know, you could use all of that. So now I have my other additives here. I have some oregano, in goes that. I have some black coral salt, in goes that. I'm going to balance off my heat with some sugar, white sugar, in goes that. And in here I have some sliced chili peppers, which is those Korean peppers, and I have some chili flakes. And remember I told you about that peppercorns, in goes that. So we're going to give this a good mix. You'll have to adjust the heat how you like it, how your family could tolerate it, or your guests. And same thing with the salts, how you like your salts. And you could make this ahead of time, the day before your guests arrive. So now let's add in our olive oil. So in goes that olive oil in there. Lovely, that's enough. In goes our red wine vinegar. If you want to use apple cider vinegar, that's all well and good too. That's enough. And now in goes that fresh squeezed lime juice. Give it a good squeeze. There you go, and get all that juices out. Awesome. Okay, so now we have all our ingredients in there. Let's give this a good mix. Just like so. So the salt is all going to melt in. Lovely, and that sugar also will melt in. And you know, when you go to those prayers, you know, the guys, the people you drop in the food, and hey, where is the mother-in-law? I always wonder why you call it mother-in-law, but then again, it's a spicy thing and it burns your mouth up. And I think it's because all mother-in-law seems to be very spicy, as you would say, you know, want to control their daughter-in-law's or son-in-law's life. So maybe that is where this dish came from, by getting that name, mother-in-law. So let me just try the mother-in-law now. Let me, a little bit in my hand. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm still getting that heavy bitterness of that, the Kariley or Karila, the very dark one. So you really need to let this sit for a while, let all the flavors marry together. The salt is fine. The garlic is there. Lovely crunch I'm getting in there. I want to try a little more again with less of that Kariley in there. Onions. Wow, this is divine. I'm going to let this sit and rest for a while before I will adjust my heat and salt, because you need this. Everything here is going to pull the flavors of each other. So lovely dish here from Jenny's Walk. Like and share, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, and you could invite your friends to follow on to Jenny's Walk. Lots of exciting recipes, and this goes well with your vegetarian dishes. Lovely mother-in-law, which is a condiment you will find in most vegetarian dishes. This will absolutely enhance and entice you to eat more of that lovely food. It just gives that pep into the vegetarian dishes. So thank you for joining me. From my kitchen to your kitchen. Happy cooking.